Welcome back to my channel Limelight Leaks. Please share and subscribe and hit the bell icon for latest updates. Their world of smoke and steel was once the biggest show on TV, but two secret court battles almost destroyed everything. The Diesel brothers had to pay millions of dollars in fines that should have ended them forever. But they didn't just go away. What they did next is something the TV cameras never showed you. And it's more surprising than any crazy stunt they ever did. Kings of the road. When they were at the top, the Diesel brothers were way more than just a TV show. They were a huge movement. From their big shop in Woods Cross, Utah, a group of friends built some of the biggest and coolest diesel trucks the world had ever seen. They weren't just people who fixed trucks. They were famous. The group was led by Dave Sparks. Most people called him Heavy D. He was the big thinker, the guy with wild ideas who could look at a pile of junk and imagine a monster truck. His best friend and helper was David Kiley. People called him Diesel Dave. He was the excited guy, the face everyone knew, and the person who got everyone pumped up about what they were doing. The other main guys were Caton Hoskins, known as the Muscle, and Josh Stewart, who people called Redbeard. The Muscle was really good at finding rare truck parts and came from a family that loved diesel trucks. He was also a fitness teacher who had trained thousands of people, bringing special energy to the shop. Redbeard was the quiet one, the smart money guy they called the money man. He was the person who did the math and made sure their crazy projects didn't make the company go broke. But the name Diesel Brothers was kind of a secret itself. They weren't really brothers. The whole business really started with just two friends. Heavy D and Dave met at a church party for young single adults. Heavy D was running a small digging business back then. He hired Diesel Dave as his very first worker in 2008. They became friends because they both loved diesel trucks. They started building and fixing trucks on the side. They began putting funny videos of their jokes and wild truck builds on YouTube. Their videos became super popular. One video even caught the attention of Jay Leno. He showed it on The Tonight Show. That TV appearance led to a phone call from the Discovery Channel. In 2016, Diesel Brothers started on TV and quickly became a huge hit. Their business idea was really smart. They made a website called Diesel Sellers. It was a place to buy and sell diesel trucks. They also made a clothing company called Diesel Power Gear. They would build an amazing one-of-a-kind truck and then give it away for free. To enter the contest, fans would buy things like hats and shirts from Diesel Power Gear. Every $5 spent was one entry to win a truck that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. This plan worked incredibly well. It made them millions of dollars and turned their brand into a name everyone knew. They were on top of the world, living a dream that felt like it would never stop. But that fame put a giant target on their backs. A storm was coming that they never saw. The lawsuit that changed everything. The exact thing that made the Diesel brothers famous was also their biggest hidden problem. They were known for making trucks that could roll coal. That means blowing huge clouds of thick black smoke from the truck's exhaust pipe. To their fans, it looked cool and powerful, but to a group of doctors in Utah, it looked like a serious danger to people's health. In 2016, a group called Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment filed a lawsuit against the Diesel brothers. They said the crew was breaking federal law by illegally changing trucks and removing parts that controlled pollution. The doctors said the crew was turning these trucks into machines. The doctors didn't just make claims, they came with real evidence. They secretly bought a truck that had been built by the Diesel brothers. Then they had it tested. The results were really shocking. The truck made 36 times more pollution and 21 times more tiny dirty particles than a normal truck that hadn't been changed. The doctors said the Diesel brothers weren't just breaking the law, they were making it look cool on national TV and social media. They were encouraging millions of followers to do the same thing. They even used one of the crew's own YouTube videos as proof. It was a clip where the description said, "What do you do when you see a dorky Prius driver? Watch the hashtag built diesel smoke out a Prius." At first, Heavy D said they were only changing trucks for off-road use. He believed that was legal. He said they were working with the Environmental Protection Agency to make sure they were following the rules. But the court didn't agree with him. In June 2018, a judge gave an order. It's called an injunction. It told them to stop all similar changes to trucks immediately. The legal battle kept going. Things only got worse. In March 2020, a federal judge said that Heavy D, the Muscle, and Redbeard, along with their companies, had broken the Clean Air Act hundreds of times. The punishment was a huge fine of nearly $850,000. The judge made it very clear that this money had to be paid. It could not be erased through bankruptcy. The fine was meant to send a message, not just to the Diesel brothers, but to everyone who watched them. The court wasn't just punishing a garage for breaking rules, it was trying to stop a trend in culture it saw as dangerous. The crew appealed the decision. That means they asked a higher court to change it. But in 2021, the appeals court said the original decision was right. They even pointed out what they called really bad misconduct by the team. This lawsuit was a huge problem. It threatened to take away everything they had built. The secret war for their name. While the Diesel brothers were publicly fighting the environmental lawsuit, a second secret legal battle was tearing their business apart from the inside. This fight wasn't about what their trucks did. It was about the name on their t-shirts. Their clothing company was called Diesel Power Gear. It was the money-making engine of their whole operation. They used their clever contest model. Fans would buy products like hats and shirts to enter, to win huge expensive custom trucks. This strategy worked incredibly well. It made them millions of dollars. But there was a huge problem. The famous Italian fashion company Diesel is known for its expensive jeans. It had been using the Diesel trademark for many decades. In 2019, the fashion giant filed a lawsuit against Diesel Power Gear. The lawsuit was for trademark infringement. They argued that the Diesel brothers were using a very similar name to sell clothes. This was a direct violation of their trademark. The fashion company had sent the crew cease and desist letters. These are legal warnings to stop using the name. But the Diesel brothers team ignored them. This turned out to be a terrible mistake. Because they ignored the warnings, the judge found that their infringement was willful. That means they knew what they were doing was wrong. They did it anyway. The court discovered that Diesel Power Gear had made over $59 million in total sales from their clothing. While the environmental lawsuit attacked their truck building, this trademark lawsuit attacked the heart of their business model. It threatened to take away the money that paid for their famous truck giveaways. It paid for everything else too. The final ruling was a disaster. The judge ordered them to pay the fashion company a shocking $11.88 million in damages. On top of that, the court gave a permanent injunction. It legally banned them from using the names Diesel Power Gear or Diesel Sellers to sell clothes ever again. This single lawsuit basically killed their main brand and main source of money. Heavy D later confirmed this in a YouTube video. He announced they were giving away the last Diesel Power Gear truck that will ever give away. The two lawsuits combined should have been the end. Their reputation was damaged. Their money-making engine was destroyed. The show quietly ended. The brothers seemed to go their separate ways. But for the leader of the crew, this was just the beginning of his most shocking chapter yet. Selling everything for an electric dream. After the TV show ended and the lawsuits hit, Dave Heavy D Sparks didn't disappear. Instead, he completely changed himself. He went back to his roots on YouTube. Now he has a massive channel with over 4.4 million subscribers. But his content is very different now. He's no longer just the guy who builds smoky diesel trucks. He has become known for his amazing generosity and daring rescue missions. He's used his helicopter and custom equipment to help people trapped in snowstorms. He helped search for a missing teenager named Dylan Rounds. In one of his most famous missions, he helped a family get back the body of a pilot who had died. He recovered the wreckage of his plane from a remote wilderness area. It was a dangerous job no one else could do. This new image as a rescue hero was a clear change from the old days, but his past was about to catch up with him in a very public way. In the summer of 2024, Heavy D posted a video. The title was Major Life Change. "I'm selling everything." He announced a massive garage sale at his shop. He said he needed to clear space for a big new project. But just as the sale started, it was suddenly stopped. A federal judge gave a court order to stop the sale immediately. It was revealed that the order was directly connected to the old Clean Air Act lawsuit. Heavy D still owed millions in penalties from that case. A judge had previously ordered him not to sell any of his stuff without the court's permission. The judge had warned him. Failure to follow the order would mean he could be arrested and put in jail. His attempt to sell everything was seen as breaking that order. But what was the mysterious new project he was clearing space for? The answer was the most unexpected change imaginable. Heavy D, the king of diesel, announced he had bought the rights to the Nikola Badger. It was a failed electric truck project from a company that had its own share of controversy. The founder of Nikola was Trevor Milton. He had been found guilty of fraud for lying about how good his trucks were. Heavy D said he was going to finish what Nikola started. He would bring the electric truck to market himself through a new company called Ember. The man who was fined for making diesel trucks pollute more was now trying to become a pioneer. In zero-emissions vehicles, it's a bold and risky move to completely rebuild his image. But it shows that Heavy D is still the same ambitious dreamer. He's always pushing for the next big thing, even if his past is still trying to hold him back. Daisy's Dave. While Heavy D was dealing with rescues and legal battles, his best friend Diesel Dave Kiley was the steady anchor. He helped keep everything from falling apart. On the show, he was known as the funny guy. He was the prankster and the cheerleader who got everyone excited. But behind the scenes, his life was built on a much quieter and stronger foundation. Before he was building monster trucks, Dave Kiley was serving a 2-year mission. It was for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Portugal. This experience shaped who he is. His faith remains a central part of his life. As the company faced its biggest challenges, Diesel Dave was focused on building his family. In 2017, he shared a deeply personal message with his fans. He and his wife had taken their little girl to an LDS temple to be sealed. He explained that in his faith, this ceremony means that a family can be together forever, not just until death. He called it the best day ever. He said his faith has brought him and his family a huge amount of happiness. While Heavy D's life seemed to be a series of high-stakes public dramas, Diesel Dave's updates were about family, faith, and stability. He is still Heavy D's business partner. He is heavily involved in their new company, Sparks Motors. He continues to be the outgoing personality that promotes their work and connects with fans. But his real role seems to be much deeper. In a partnership with a risk-taker like Heavy D, who is always pushing the limits, having a loyal and grounded friend like Diesel Dave is essential. He provided the stability that allowed the business to survive the chaos of the lawsuits and the end of the show. He was the calm in the middle of the storm, proving that his value to the team was always more than just being the funny guy. The Muscle's secret past and limitless future. Of all the members of the Diesel Brothers crew, Caton the Muscle Hoskins has the most shocking and inspiring story. On the show, he was the parts expert and the fitness fanatic. He had been friends with Diesel Dave since the 8th grade, but what most fans never knew was this. Before he was a TV star, the Muscle had a troubled youth that included jail time. His life was heading in a dangerous direction. Then he made a decision that changed everything. He went on a life-changing Mormon mission. It completely turned his life around. After returning, he became an unstoppable entrepreneur. He started his first business at just 21 years old. He did it because he knew he never wanted to work for anyone else. This drive was fueled by a promise he made to his father. His father passed away when Caton was 21. Watching his father's company fall apart in his final year destroyed Caton's belief in a secure future. It inspired him to build his own path. Since then, he has started, owned, or run over 22 different companies. His businesses are incredibly different from each other. They range from a personal training company and a gym to a dental office. He owns a plastic surgery clinic and even a popular cookie franchise called Dirty Dough. He has built an 8-figure business empire. He claims he has never spent more than $7,500 to start any of his companies. Today, his main focus has changed from trucks to teaching others. He has created a coaching program and community. It's called the Limitless Society. Through this program, he teaches people the principles he used to transform his own life. He went from being in jail to becoming a multi-millionaire. He hosts events with famous entrepreneurs like Gary Vee and David Goggins. He gives motivational speeches helping others to break through their own limits. He teaches his members to become the greatest version of themselves. not just in business, but as fathers, husbands, and human beings. In a way, he has turned his own life story of redemption into his most successful product. He is no longer just the muscle of the Diesel brothers. He is a coach and mentor to thousands. He's proving that his greatest strength was never just about finding truck parts. It was about rebuilding his own life from the ground up. The mystery of Redbeard. For years, fans have asked one question more than any other. What happened to Redbeard? Josh Stewart was the quiet, calculating money man of the group. While Heavy D was dreaming up million-dollar bills, Redbeard was the one who had to figure out how to pay for them. But after season 5 of the show, right when the legal problems were at their worst, he quietly vanished. His disappearance left a huge hole in the show. It sparked endless rumors among fans. The truth is, Redbeard was named as a defendant in the Clean Air Act lawsuit. He was right alongside Heavy D and the Muscle. He was also hit with a part of the massive fine. As the financial brain of the operation, he would have understood better than anyone the extreme risk the company was facing. With 2 massive lawsuits threatening to drain all their money and a federal court order making their business model illegal, the future looked really bad. His quiet exit can be seen as the most logical business decision of all. It was a strategic retreat from a sinking ship. Since leaving the show, Josh has built a completely new life for himself. It's far away from the world of diesel trucks and reality TV. He has focused on personal wellness and spirituality. He grew up on a Native American reservation. He has reconnected with the idea that nature and energy are all connected. He is now a dedicated practitioner of jiu-jitsu. He has found a new passion that has nothing to do with rolling coal. In a surprising twist, Josh Stewart served for 15 years as a lieutenant commander in the United States Navy. Now he has become a professional drift car driver. He competes in the Formula Drift series with his family as his team. They're called Stewart Fam Drifting. His wife is the team handler. His daughter is his spotter. He has traded the world of massive heavy-duty trucks for the speed and precision of professional racing. His journey from being the money manager of a controversial TV show to a spiritual wellness advocate and race car driver is perhaps the most unexpected transformation of all. The end of the Diesel Brothers TV show wasn't really an end. It was the moment their shared story exploded into 4 separate and even more fascinating new adventures. Hit with lawsuits that took away their name and their business model, the brothers were forced to find new paths. From electric dreams and quiet faith to stories of redemption and a mysterious disappearance, each member has proven that their real story was